think I could exercise your demons if that's what you're looking for. Okay. Hey Internet, it's Jessica and welcome back to Dream Daddy Robert's Route. So we're going to continue with his final date and his ending to see what his route will be like. Because in the last episode he did get a little personal near the end, talking about his... I guess it's implying that he was talking about his own kid, his daughter, that he doesn't have a good relationship with them. So let's see if we can help Robert out, because I feel really bad that he was really sad there. It's a beautiful night and the air smells so fresh, so I decide to take a long way home. I casually stroll through the neighborhood, taking in the sights and sounds of the suburban city, with a low crime rate and wide walkable sidewalks at night. That's nice. As I approach the bar, I can hear patrons inside cheering. Oh, I bet the game is on. I wonder if my team is playing tonight. A drop of water hits my head, and now lots of drops of water. It's pouring rain. Maybe I should wait this outside. I order a beer from the bar and settle in. It turns out that my team isn't playing tonight, but I can certainly enjoy the game regardless. The bar is unusually crowded, and the feeling of camaraderie over the shared love for the game makes me smile. Sports are nice. Oh, here we go, Mary. I look over into the corner and spot none other than Mary, sitting alone in the corner, nursing a cocktail. Something about her seems different this time, now that she's by herself and not hanging out with some younger guys. She looks so sad. She looks up and half-heartedly raises her glass to me before staring off into the middle of the distance. I feel bad. Can I just say that? Because, like, it's clear that she's not happy with her, like, personal life with Joseph. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. But I want to say hi to Mary. I decide to go and say hello. I walk over to her booth. She doesn't look up. The seat taken? She still doesn't look up. I take a seat anyway, and she finally notices me. Oh. Hey, cowboy. You alright? Never better. She hiccups. Guess she's a little far gone. Tears start welling up in her eyes. Oh no, why? Will you walk a gal home? Yeah, sure. I sat out of the booth. Seems like Mary's been having trouble getting up. I reach a hand to help her, but she waves me away. I got it. She clearly does not got it. You know what? Hang on there for a sec. I walk over to the bartender and pay Mary's tab. Hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I live in Mary's cul-de-sac, and I'm just making sure she gets home safe tonight. I know you. Yeah, it's nothing weird, just she usually has the one bar staff walk her home, but I trust you. She doesn't, like, go home with... I really don't want to say it. One of the guys she meets? Darren, you don't need to ask that. Nah? Ain't her thing. Huh. I head back to the booth. Mary stumbles out of her seat and directly crawls into my arms. I wonder what's wrong. I feel so bad for her. Oh my god. Like, we could call a cab for her, but I don't feel like it's appropriate, because at least we know Mary, that I feel safe bringing her home myself, rather than throwing her drunk into, like, a cab. Like, I'm not saying anything bad will happen, but you know what I mean? Like, It's still raining a little bit. I take off my coat and hold it over Mary's head. Such a gentleman. Let's get you home. Mary and I walk in silence up the street towards the cul-de-sac. I have no idea what to say to her, for fear she might hit on me or not. What did the bartender mean that ain't her thing? Sorry you have to see me like this. I'm usually not. I know Joseph doesn't like it when I... Sorry. It's alright. Sorry if I'm ever mean to you. It's alright. Oh, she's saying sorry. Oh, it's not. I know it's not. I'm having a really... Forget it. As we get back to the cul-de-sac, I can tell Mary is starting to slow down. By the time we arrive to the doorstep, she pulls away from me. Wait, can we just hold on? What's wrong?
Hey.
How about another drink? Old time's sakes. Come on, Mary, it's bedtime. Mary looks me up and down, giving me half a smile. You're right. She pulls me close for a hug, holding on to me a little longer than feels appropriate. She mumbles into my chest.
Hey.
You're a good kid. Thanks for the company. Mary gives me a pat on the back, straightens out her sweater, and walks the rest of the way to the front door herself. Huh. That was actually really sad. This is why I'm very curious about Joseph, because I've heard things about him. Anyway, let's continue with Robert's third date. I haven't spoken to Robert since that night we drove it to his thinking spot. You mean his masturbating spot? He seemed unusually somber then, like more so than usual amount of somber that Robert is. which is already a lot. I've been thinking about him and hope he's doing okay, but I've been a little reluctant to reach out to him. It's true, because, like, you don't know how, you know, he is. Because he's very, how do I say, reserved. He doesn't like showing his emotion. He doesn't even like small talk, so you know what I mean? So it's difficult when these kinds of people are just like, you don't know how to approach them when they need help. Because clearly, Robert needs help. Darren. Hey, Darren. Guess who's getting their drink on tonight? I took a look at my dad book messages. There's a flurry of them from Robert. Guess. It's you. Also me, but mostly you. Yeah, dude. I don't know what to say to that. I typed back to Robert. Robert, buddy, tonight we ride. Yes. Meet me at Jim and Kim's at 8 p.m. Not that I'm gonna appreciate it, but I think this is the first time that Robert's giving me more than an hour warning before hanging out. That's true, because the last time he showed up at the house at like, what, 2 in the morning or something? Amanda pops her head into the hallway. Music I don't recognize is blaring from her room. What's up? I'm hanging out with Robert later tonight. Okay, cool. Robert, who is my friend. I have friends. I'm happy for you, Dad. People enjoy my company, Amanda.
Ugh.
Dad, I'm so happy for your continued development as a human being. What are you listening to? Sad shit. Amanda, language. What would Grandma think? I don't give a fuck any- What You know what? I'm gonna be a total dad. Amanda, language. Sad stuff, sweetie. Holy stuff, lay off me, Pops. Amanda goes back into her room and turns up the volume to her sad stuff. I put on my going out coat and walk onto Jim and Kim's. I spot Robert leaning against the brick wall, smoking a cigarette. As I get closer, I realize that he's a little different. Cleaner, I guess. Huh. It actually seems like he combed his hair and his clothes are less wrinkled than usual. Hey. Hey. You take a shower just for me? I'm working on my relationship with existence. We both stand there for a second. I don't say anything. Robert finishes his cigarette and abruptly goes inside. I follow him. Robert's an interesting guy. By the time I get inside, Robert is already at the bar ordering 2 whiskeys. I spot a booth in the back and claim it for us. Robert slides in and hands me a glass. To you, I guess. I don't know. We're not even in a relationship, really, so I don't know what he stands on their relationship, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna say to you, here's to your continued existence! We clink whiskey and I watch him sip his, rather than his traditional approach of slamming the whiskey back down as quickly as possible. So what's the plan for tonight? Some other bars, maybe grab some pizza. I think it'll kill some time before I go burn down that old abandoned house in the woods. Excuse me? It's definitely not as fun if it's abandoned.
Hey.
Mary pops into the back of the booth, a glass of wine in her hand. She punches Robert in the shoulder. Where was my phone call? Sorry, figured you were busy sinking your teeth into some poor sap. I am. He's right here. I look around the booth to see a guy sitting across from her. He waves meekly. Oh, that poor boy. You're replacing me with the new kid. Mary, I could never replace you, whether I wanted to or not. Mary leaves her booth and slides into next to Robert. The guy she was standing with looks mildly relieved. She eyes Robert clean pressed clothes up and down suspiciously. What? Do you have the court date coming up? He just looks handsome. Can I say he looks handsome? Because he does. If he has a court date, okay, let's be realistic. As mean as this is, you can't really convince the jury look like that. I mean, I'm sorry, Robert. You're gonna have to shave first. Wow, really? That's the right answer? I thought that was mean. Seriously, though, what's up with you? Robert stares down his drink, suddenly looking serious. It's Pappy's doctor. He says it's cirrhosis? Is that how you say that? I don't know. Of the liver. I told the old bag of bones to quit it with the sauce, but it's all that he's ever known, especially since his mom's gone. That's why I invited you out tonight. Just didn't want to be alone. Oh, come on. Darren, don't be an asshole. You know the one thing Robert doesn't joke about is his Pappy. Whoops. They're giving him 2 months. I gotta help him straighten out his affairs. Robert, I'm so sorry. Robert takes a long look at his whiskey, eyeing it in the dim glow of the bar's lights. I looked at his life, and then I look at mine, and then I know that history's doomed to repeat itself. Oh my god. Just kidding. He's retired with his new girlfriend and... What a dick! That was the thing that we did with him, with the whole, like... Aw, you're mean. They watch the sunset every night, probably screw like donkeys. Wait, aren't rabbits the one who screw a lot? Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that you're an expert on animal screw a lot. Please stop saying the word screw. Robert finishes his drinks and slides away from him. He gets up out of the booth. Me and Darren are gonna go hit the bricks. You coming with? Mary casts one glance at the sap. She's been hunting and downs the rest of her wine in one go. This place is dead anyway. Okay, I guess we got Mary coming with us. This is gonna be interesting. We exit the bar and find a typically empty street filled with small crowds of people. At the front is a guy who is really deliberately attitude with a bad posture. He carries a lantern that shines up in his face for dramatic effect. What's going on? Looks like it's one of those walking ghost tours. They do that at this part of the town all the time. I've always wanted to do one of those. You know, all the stories are fake, right? Pretty much all stories are fake. This is research. Robert makes a beeline towards the back of the group. He turns around when he knows that I'm not following him. Come on! We can't just crash it, can we? Don't be such a square, Darren. Just act like you belong. Robert slides up to the door of the group. I reluctantly follow him to step behind him. Well, here goes nothing. Oh my god, who is this guy? Hey! This place in 1694 that most infamous witch trials were held. Today, we don't know if most of the people burned at the stake were actually witches, but it's widely reported that their ghosts will still haunt this hapless dive bar to this very day. It was actually 1692. What? And the site was over by the coffee shop down the road. I'm sorry, who are you? Daniel McSturgis, ghost historian. What? And this is my colleague, Dr. 80s reference, 90s reference, 2000 reference, contemporary reference. 80s? I'm assuming that Robert would appreciate that one. Dr. Loomis, paranormal investigator extraordinaire. We are touring America's most haunted locations as a research for a new book. May have seen us guest and cameo Paranormal House Hunters Extreme Edition. A couple of people in the group start nodding. Man, Robert's good at this.
I'm so sad.
Are you guys is that Brian? Ninja Brian, is that you? Are you guys part of the group? I don't remember seeing you at the first stop. We like to keep a low profile, easier to catch ghosts that way.
Oh.
They've definitely been here, been standing next to them the whole time. Thank you, random lady who I do not know. As I was saying, this is the epicenter of paranormal activity. Can be found at the coffee spoon over there. The man who runs it has been plagued by hauntings ever since he signed the lease, damn near driven him mad. But whatever you want to say is cool, I guess. It's your tour. Man, didn't know that about Matt. Wait, Robert's making this up. The rest of the tour listens intently to Robert's every word. I think the tour I can tell that he's losing the group. He seems to be getting flustered.
That's the good stuff.
Oh my god. Thank you for your contribution and knowledge, Mr. McSturgis. Let's move on to the next haunted location. Robert, Mary, and I followed the group down the street. That tour guide's shirt is cool. Yeah, everyone in the group gets one if we make it to the final location. I turned to Robert and grabbed him by the shoulders. I need that shirt. Well, I guess we're in this for the long haul then. Just follow my lead. Don't arouse too much suspicion. And we'll have cool ghost shirts in no time. Oh my god. My group arrives at an old, decrepit, colonial-style house.
Alright.
A quick pass of the tour. My name is Quinn, but most people in the Ghost Tour circle call me Tour Master Quinn. I am a DJ, trivia master, and part-time actor. I do private ghost hunting events, birthday parties, MC bar mitzvahs, and perform traditional, what is that word? Mime work. Tour Master Quinn gives a headshot of all of us, his resume on the back. Stage combat experience. Anyway, there's a little bit of history for all of you. This is the house that noted American author Dorothy Pembridge, who posed as a widely popular in the late 19th century. It was the attic at this very home that she wrote the classic as The Diary of the Victorian Mistress, Lady Fitzwilliam's Courtship, and The Ghost of Sea Captain Renard Burkelly. She unfortunately died of the consumption shortly after turning to this century, but several people have reported that some nights you can see the light from the attic where the ghost of Miss Pembridge continues to work on her latest bestseller. I guess you could say that she was consumed by her work. No reaction for the crowd. This guy needs to work on his dad jokes. Actually, consumption is the popular cover-up. Little known fact that it was a murder-suicide.
Hey!
I'm pretty sure she died of consumption. Sure. And we definitely didn't hire Stanley Kubrick to elaborate to fake the moon landing. That was watered down, censored version they teach you in school. But if you can't handle the real story, I understand. It's not for the faint of heart. Can we? I think everyone would much rather hear what the world-renowned ghost historian has to say, right everybody? The group murmurs in agreement.
I'm so sad.
This is a topic we cover extensively in our books. Dr. Loomis, would you care to tell us a story? Oh my god, we actually have to come up with a story? Oh no! Riff something highbrow, go with something I know, rely on my amazing improv comedy skills. Okay, I think it's smart to go with something I know so it sounds more convincing. In the 19th century, Dorothy Parmage was credited with protecting the New York City from potential world-ending paranormal forces. Despite her success, her ragtag group of ghost hunters were disbanded by the government officials. However, after learning that the ghost of Viggo Carpathan has taken interest in her son, her and her ghost-busting friends launched a mission to defeat the ghost and once again save New York City. That sounds like Ghostbusters. Hey, isn't that the plot too? Nope, it's not. The tour guide sees this opportunity to take back the group and addresses it with some razzle-dazzle. What an interesting story! Now, I got one. I want everyone to know the next location is extremely terrifying. If anyone thinks they can't handle it, feel free to excuse yourselves. Alright, I'm bored. Mary turns to the young guy looking at his phone and taps him on the shoulder. Hey kid, fancy buying a gal a drink? The guy looks up and smiles at her. Only if the bar is haunted. Honey, I can show you the most haunted place in town. I think I could exorcise your demons if that's what you're looking for. Okay. Don't write checks your dick can't cash, kid. Mary, what the hell? His eyes go wide. Mary salutes me and Robert. She suddenly pulls me into a hug and murmurs into my ear. When you've known Rob for long as I have, you know when something's wrong. Keep an eye on him for me tonight, okay? Sure, Mary. Good man. Mary pats me on the back and pulls away. She takes the guy in hand and leads him down the street. Take it sleazy, fellas. God help that poor soul. Mary or the kid? Both. That's nice that Mary cares so much about Robert. This is sweet. Our last stop, this burial ground is such a hotbed of horrifying paranormal activity that I'm not even sure where to begin. There's wailing ghosts of a wharfman and the vampire Maple Bay, the children of the moonlight. What about the Dover ghost? Ooh, this one is like maybe actually real. By this point, the tour guide is clearly irritated with us. What about it? I just think it would be a crime to come all this way out to this cemetery, the actual origin of the New England's most notorious paranormal entities, and not even mention the infamous Dover ghost. It's not a real thing. That's absolutely not a real thing. I think someone needs to brush up on their paranormal history. I know tons about paranormal history. I know every ghost story in this area. I can guarantee there's only one that you don't know. Robert looks over to me and smiles. Would you folks care to hear the tale of how Loomis and I met? No! The entire group shushes the tour guide. Okay, fine, tell the story. Well, it was a dark and stormy night. I wasn't a paranormal investigator. Way back when I was just a Bible salesman and traveling gifter. Carnival barker? What? A traveling gifter, I guess? I don't know what that means. Moving from town to town, always looking for my next mark. It wasn't actually easy life, but I had fun. Taking from the rich, giving to the poor. Actually, also taking from the poor. I had a shaky moral foundation. I happened upon the quiet town of Maple Bay quite by accident, but little did I know that the city has a dark side. Now, about the same time that I was staring out of the apprentice to a rather famous ghost hunter who was an old family friend of mine, I carried the equipment operated by the EVP machine, all that. Wait, yes? Who was the famous ghost hunter? Well, I don't like to name drop, but Georgia Mathers, the tour guide. Georgia Mathers? She's a legend, you know her?
I don't know.
Knew her, amazing woman, died mysteriously, miss you, Georgie. Anyway, we were in the Maple Bay investigating some reports of strange lights and sounds coming from the cemetery late at night. Now, we've been warned in the old crypt keeper that this place was highly dangerous, but Georgia was never the one shy away from an adventure. We camped in the center of the cemetery for 3 nights straight. We endured your so-called wailing watchmen. Wailing ghosts of the wharfman. Whatever, your stupid vampire was just a teenager in a mask, but the Dover ghost, man, tell him, Loomis. So there I was, walking back to the hotel after a long day of selling Bibles. Why is this? Working on a couple of short cons, running the dunk tank. Okay, since we're like a con artist for some reason, just do the con. Classic pigeon drop scam. Putting our feelers for a rip deal. I was going to steal a baby, probably. Would have made me rich. Found myself walking past the cemetery. No, I was never a very superstitious man, but something seemed off. I could hear some sort of commotion happening deep within the graveyard, and I felt compelled to investigate. And thank God you did. Georgia and I were conducting a seance in the mausoleum. At first it was pretty normal, but after an hour everything went south. Playing back the EVP meter, we were able to hear a single word.
Whoa.
Run.
There.
The air suddenly went cold. Something was very, very wrong. I just knew we weren't alone. We started to hear this faint, distant scraping noise, like something was being dragged across the ground. It got louder and louder until it was deafening, some kind of demented howl. And then I felt it. Something grabbing my ankle. Robert has a whole crowd hook, line and sinker. You could hear the pin drop. I only cried twice in my life. One was at birth of my own daughter, and the other was that thing starting to drag me. So he has a daughter, right? I wasn't sure whether it was I wasn't sure if it was taking me, but I knew with no place I wanted to go. I was sure I was going to die. Then the moment I crossed the gates into the cemetery, I heard a god-awful screeching. I ran to the mausoleum just in time to see a man being pulled across the floor. By God, to this day, the mere thought of it ties my stomach into knots. It looked like a man, but like, I glanced at Robert. Like someone who didn't know what a man was supposed to look like, tried to put one together. The arms were too long, the eyes glowed red. It was like walking shadow. What'd I do? What any good person would do. I lunged for it. Shoot. What was his fake name again? Davis. Oh no! Davis McSturgis? David McSturgis? Daniel. Is it David? Let me say. No, it's Daniel. Right? Daniel? Thank God. I grabbed his hand and entered into a tug of war with the unholiest of forces. I thought I was gonna be torn in half. But I had God on my side. The pocket Bible I'd always keep fell out on my shirt, and to this day I remember what passage it opened up to. Leviticus 2:5, Revelations 1:3, Austin 3:16. Wait, that's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin 3:16. I want to say there's a joke, but we gotta be convincing. God damn it. Oh, can I say there's a joke? Oh my God, I really want to say that. Let me say Austin 3:16. That's so funny. Austin 3:16. Robert stifles the laughter behind his hand. With the horrifying growl, the entity finally relented. Danny and I collapsed onto the ground, exhausted. We were both covered in blood. The damn creature clawed in my chest. Got real good. Had to get 16 stitches. Robert pulls down the collar of his shirt to reveal a long, wicked scar across his pec. And that's how I got the scar. I followed Georgia Mathers into the end of the earth. We faced exorcism, demons, poltergeists that threw our equipment across the room. But I had never seen Georgia so scared. She was never the same after that, and neither was I. Watching what happened to Daniel and Georgia shook my fate. But I came out of the experience a better man and a better friend. And we've been brothers ever since. The tour gives our emotional applause to Daniel, or Robert, and I share this emotional hug. As he embraced me, I can smell his cologne in his neck. Wow, Robert does clean up good. Hey! I found myself lingering a little too long on the hug. Thank you. It's an honor to be able to share our story. Be sure to watch out for our book. Paranormal Excursions of the Supernatural, Ice Road Ghost Truckers, I Saw a Demon, The Shocking True Story of Seeing a Demon, The Bro's Guide to the Hottest Ghost. We mentioned the paranormal stuff, so that's more convincing, right? If we say that. Robert has to suppress a laugh at that one. Alright, even if I can see the holes in that story, please leave. Way to go, Darren. Robert sucks away from the tour group and I follow him at the receptacle distance. I'm sorry, Austin 3:16, what the hell? We almost had him. Almost. I think you might have overdone with a portion of the story. Oh, what did I do? What? He got mad. Oh no, I shouldn't have said Austin 3:16. Let me go back. This one? Then shall the dust return to earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. I have no idea where Robert pulled that verse from. Okay, I think because I shouldn't have said Austin 3:16, but it was funny though, he laughed! That was incredible. I really can't believe they bought all of that. I didn't know you had it in you, Darren. Excuse me, Dr. Loomis. That bit about the pocket Bible was ace, although giving the Dover ghost glowing red eyes was a little cliche. And the Kruber conspiracy theory a bit wasn't? All part of the character. Well, we got our shirts out of it. We arrive in front of Robert's house. Wanna have a drink? I remember the first time you meet Robert, you're not supposed to go into his house. But I'm wondering if it's okay now because we know him better? You're trying to poison me? I know where this goes, Small. I know the steps. One second I'm slipping delicious aged scotch, the next I'm foaming at the mouth, and you've taken over the throne.
So.
Game of Thrones. Long live the king, baby. Whoa. This guy has a lot of alcohol and a lot of mess in this corner, specifically. Robert leads me inside. I can't help but think about what Mary said to me. Robert didn't seem a little bit off, but that completely disappeared when we were joking around with the ghost tour. I don't know. He's hard to read. While I'm thinking, I hear claws skittering across the floor. Oh my god, it's his pit bull. I'm about to be torn to shreds. I shut my eyes and tight and brace for impact. Betsy, hey, be nice. I don't feel anything but tiny paws scratching at my shoes. I open my eyes. Doesn't he have a tiny little dog? Betsy. Robert's dog jumps away from me, running in a circle or sniffing Robert's leg. He pats her on the head. Hey, that's not a pit bull. That's the cutest, dumbest Boston Terrier I've ever seen. Betsy, you're not a pit bull? And you weren't taken by the Dover ghost? Betsy made a tougher stuff than that. Ain't you, girl? Betsy rolls over and made well-deserved belly rub. I just keep a picture of a large pit bull in my wallet in case of emergencies. Comedic emergencies. Oh my god. We make our way to Robert's living room. For a quiet man with arguable older pickup truck that can be legally driven, his place is amazing. There are sleek modern appliances throughout the room with a big flat screen TV mounted on the wall. He has shelves upon shelves of DVD. I guess he wasn't lying about being into cinema. He pours us a glass of whiskey from the well-stocked bar in the corner while Betsy curls up on the pile of cushions. So, how did you really get that scar? And don't tell me you got it from fishing Alaskan king crabs or in the Bering Sea or something. You train me too well. Robert laughs and takes a sip of his drink. My daughter and I were riding our bikes. I hit a rock, flew over the handlebars, and then we went into the hospital. And that's it. A very interesting story. I never heard you talk about your daughter. Well, I have one. That's her. He points at the picture on the wall with a very serious-looking girl with dark eyes. Yep, that's definitely Robert's daughter. Can we see her? I want to see her. How old is she? 25, 26, not too sure. Does she live around here?
Whoa.
No. Val lives back at home in Brooklyn. Works at some new media magazine thing. Makes buckets though. He suddenly seems really serious. I probably shouldn't have pressed him about it. You like Santana? What? What's that? Yes? I don't know. Great. Robert puts on Santana and then takes a seat on the couch next to me. He suddenly downs his drink in one gulp. Hey, are you alright? Robert leans in and kisses me. Whoa, what? Excuse me? What, already? The taste of whiskey burning my lips. I'm surprised at first, but slowly relaxing in his arms. He pulls away slightly, his lips barely brushing against my mouth. I am now. Can't say anything, at best manage to sigh. Robert leans in again, kissing me harder. He pulls my bottom lip between his teeth and bites slightly, sliding a hand under my shirt. My heart pounds in my chest, and he lies us both down on the couch. He kisses a trail down my neck, his teeth grazing my teeth. I just wait. It's not that. Robert bites down and I have to stifle a moan. Oh my god! Stop. Robert stiffens up and pulls away.
I don't know.
No biting? No, I'm more than okay with that. Something's up. Robert runs a hand through his hair and looks away. Fine, I've just been kind of stressed out, tired, not a big deal. I don't think so. Like, all of a sudden you're coming on to Darren, like, out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Like, something's wrong. Can I push him? Will he like punch me in the face if I do that? Fuck it. I don't care. I care about him. Listen, I want this as badly as you do, but I know something's wrong. I need to make sure you're okay. Robert stares at the ground. You don't know me that well, Darren. I'm not a good person. He takes a deep breath. Spent my whole life only taking. And now here I am, an old broken man, sitting on top of a pile of everything I've ever taken alone. But I want to know you. You don't have to keep hiding behind fake stories and acting like you don't have any feelings. He sighs heavily. It's Val. She's visiting tomorrow. She wants to patch things up. Are you, I'm sorry, but is this a bit No. When was the last time you saw her? 3, 4, I think? Months? Years. Ooh. I sit up straight. Jesus, Robert, what happened between you two? I don't want to talk about it. Robert and I sit in silence, neither of us wanting to look at each other, both unsure of what to do next. Fine. Oh, well, he's opening up now. Things are already bad between us. I cared about her. I always did. Things just got in the way. And before I knew it, she was leaving for college, wanting nothing to do with me. Darren and I moved out here to settle down. We thought it would help get away from all the distractions, all the money, the drinking. But temptation gets you. I tried to be better, but I just couldn't. And then the accident changed everything. I think every day about how she must have died hating me. I never became better man because she wanted me to be. Oh no! So was it like he was driving drunk with his wife and then she died in the accident? Oh my god, that's really bad. That's really sad too. Oh no. The one she always saw in me. She was the last thought Val and I had connecting us together. I didn't know that when I lost my life I was going to lose my daughter too. Robert, I spent so much time chasing after things I thought were going to make me happy that I ruined my only real chance at happiness. Now my wife is dead and my daughter hates me. And then I convinced myself that he gestures vaguely in my direction. It's going to make me happy. Why do I even try anymore? Oh no. Maybe that's why he resorts to drinking and hanging out with Mary in the bar so much, because they're both unhappy and Mary knows that. Oh no. I'm so sorry. I know how hard it is to... No, you don't. How could you possibly know this feeling? You did everything right. Your daughter loves you. You're a good person. I was a terrible husband, and I'm even worse father. I have no idea why she's even bothered to contact me now. I know I'm just gonna fuck it up like always. I'm broken. I shouldn't even go. No, Robert! No! I want to hug him. Don't say that. Robert puts his head in his hands. Tell him what he wants to hear. Tell him what he needs to hear. Walk away. Huh. I feel like we need to tell him what he needs to hear. Not what he wants. Because that's what he keeps doing. Like, he keeps thinking like he wants stuff, but not what he needs. You know? So I think that we need to tell him what he needs to hear. Nothing is going to change until you do. Robert pauses. He looks at me. There are a lot of things in my life that I regret, that I wish I could take back or do over, and it hurts so much to know that I can't. But what I can do, and what you have the privilege of doing tomorrow morning, is to wake up and try to be a better person than you were the day before. Things aren't going to fix themselves tomorrow or the next day, and patching things up with Val isn't going to solve all your problems either, but nothing is going to change if you don't. And you can't love anyone else until you stop hating yourself. That is very true. You can't do that. If you're not happy with yourself, you're not going to be happy. As ironic as it is, like, I know a lot of people don't follow that notion, but it's true. And you're right, I don't know you that well, but you have some capacity for good that we all have, and I know you can find it. Val is giving you a chance, don't waste it. But, Robert, listen to me, it's gonna be okay. But, I lean over and embrace Robert, pulling him into it tightly as I can. He buries his head into my shoulders, hugging me back. It's gonna be okay. I place a hand on his back and of his head and stroke his hair. He shudders and sobs, and then I realize he's crying. No, sweet baby, no, he's crying. Thank you. We stay there for a while, holding each other. We both eventually drift off into sleep. Oh no, Robert! Oh my god, I feel so sad for him. Well, at least now we get to see the real, like, Robert, you know what I mean? Oh.
I'm lost in your oceanic eyes.
Oh my god. But that's so sweet that he's finally being able to, like, you know, accept all the bad things he's done, and he's gonna make up with his daughter, and hopefully everything will be okay. I feel so sad. Oh my god, is this Robert's daughter? Dude, she looks kind of badass, though. Look at her. Dang. Sorry, wow, okay, anyway. I don't think I recognize the girl by the snack bar. I should go say hello. Hi, I don't think we've met. Oh, we've met years ago. And I'm here for my revenge. You're Robert's kid, aren't you? Spot on. I guess that makes you Darren, huh? Yeah, it's nice to meet you. I'm glad Robert's brought you along. He promised me there'd be free food, so that's kind of hard to pass up. And Look, I don't know you, but can I get real with you for a second? My old man's a real close book, you know? Me and him, we got a long way to go. You don't erase a decade of neglect in a week, but you sure can get tired of staying angry about it. That kind of bitterness, it poisons you. So I think I'm too young for that. Anyway, lately he's been better, a lot better, and between him shaving for once and how much he talks about you, I get the feeling you have something to do with it. Well, he talks about Darren. So, thanks. Robert means a lot to me. I'm glad he's getting better. Just keep an eye on him while I'm not around, okay? Or else, what? I'm kidding. Or am I? I don't know why I'm like this. I think it runs in the family. Amanda trots up to the conversation. Hey, I love your necklace. And your hair.
Huh?
And just, geez, your whole vibe is cool. Thanks. I like your jacket. My girlfriend collects pins too. She's a girlfriend, sorry. Oh, this is my daughter, Amanda. Amanda, this is Robert's daughter, Val. Nice to meet you. I heard you're a photographer. Aspiring photographer. I'm going to school for it. You take pictures? Yes? Then you're a real photographer. Welcome to the biz. That's so true. Oh, can I just... Sorry, this is like sidetracking, but I always hear like people like, oh, I'm an aspiring artist or I'm an aspiring animator. And I used to say that too when I was younger until I got like advice from... Coincidentally, Aaron Hansen, Egoraptor, he said this like because a lot of people come up to him or send him emails and stuff. I was one of those people asking for help on like how to be like, hey, I'm an aspiring animator and I want to learn. Can you give me advice or whatever on how to do stuff? And one thing I always remember him saying is like, so you say you're an aspiring animator. Do you draw? Yes. Do you animate? Yes. Then you're an animator. You're not an aspiring anything. Because I think the concept is if you're aspiring something, that means you haven't done it yet. And considering like Amanda is taking pictures, so she's a photographer. So just want to shout out to everyone who thinks like that. Like, don't think you're an aspiring something if you're doing it already. Doesn't mean you have to be a professional, whatever it is, to be that title, you know what I mean? Val hands Amanda a business card. She's getting connections! If you're ever looking for an internship, shoot me an email. Anyway, I need to make friends with that woman over there who's dual-wielding wine glass. Catch you later. Oh dear, that's Mary. Val walks away. She's so cool, she gave me her business card, she touched my hand! Congrats, you're just now worked for the first time. I'm a regular business lady now. Quarterly projections, stock market, synergy. While you're making a fortune on a businesswoman, I gotta say this party's going. Catch you around, Pops. I take a seat next to Robert as the last guests make their way out of the party. Hey. Oh my gosh. Robert gestures vaguely to the snack table. Good stuff. Yup. So, I had a chance to talk to Val. She physically threatened you? Yeah. That's my girl. She said you've been doing better. Trying to work out the vices. I also showered today. We sit in silence for a moment. You know, every day for me is a battle against my own self-destruction habits. But lately, it's gotten a little easier. Thanks for talking to some sense into me. It's hard to get things through my thick skull sometimes, but what you said that night actually helped. I'm glad. I like you, Darren. I like you a lot. I haven't felt this way about someone in a long time. I lean in and kiss him for a moment before he pulls away. He takes my hand in his. You're special to me, but I have some stuff that I need to work on emotionally before I can get back into anything romantic with you. You deserve better than who I am right now. I need to be my own for a bit, figure things out. Oh, so this is interesting. We're not directly going into a relationship with Robert. Huh. Of course. I think what you need right now is a friend. I'm very happy to be that for you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. And if you're ever ready for more than that, you know where to find me. Let's go hunt sometime. I would love that. Put my hand on his shoulder and the sun slowly dipped below the horizon together. That was interesting. So that was Robert's. So, you know, I actually like that we didn't get to, like, go in a relationship directly after we finished his route. I didn't feel like it was appropriate. Like, I totally agree with the fact that Robert wants to figure himself out before he jumps into another relationship, because clearly he's still traumatized with what happened with his daughter and what happened with his wife, so it's not appropriate for us to be like, hey, you want to date now? You know what I mean? So I like that was the ending for Robert, because I played a lot of freaking dating sims and whatever on this channel, and all of them are always like, hey, we we fixed everything, everything's cool now, we're in a relationship. And sometimes the story doesn't make any sense for that to happen, you know what I mean? Especially if like something traumatic happens and they're just like, oh, everything's fine now. It's not how it works. I think that's why I really like this game, because it's more realistic in a sense of that. So I really enjoyed Robert's Fruit. Let me see his picture. Woo! Whoa, I actually like this, dude. You even have a carving of, I think that's Betsy there? No, a bat. I don't know what that is. Dang! I like this one. Okay, guys, so that was the end for Robert's Route. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Please let me know in the comments what you guys thought about his route. And this comes to the next part. You guys get to vote for the next route. So we have Joseph left, Hugo, and Brian. So 3 more routes we have to do, and you guys get to decide who is the next one. I think it might be Joseph, because I've seen a lot of comments for him too. And I'm really curious about it, because I've heard weird things about his route. But we'll find out about that after. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to join the companions. And if you'd like to help support the channel on Patreon, there's a link in the description. Get early access to videos for Patreon only, and the Discord server to come talk to me. A bunch of other stuff as well. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Was supposed to be for you.
What is happening? Are we like inside of a vagina or something? Like what?
I just want to meet you.
He twitches and I recoil. It- Jesus Christ, help me! It moved!